Robinson waits. Here comes the pitch. And there goes.
Hello, this is Danny Stern of Limelight Agency, and today we have with us artist of sports and celebrity, Stephen Holland. Stephen, amongst many honors in the world of sports, has been named the Dodgers official artist at their 50th anniversary in the city of Los Angeles. The first of what will be a series of paintings celebrating their anniversary as a famed Dodger, Jackie Robinson. Earlier today, I caught up with Stephen on what is the eve of Jackie Robinson Day.
Coming out of World War II, when I was a child, I grew up in a time period where the United States, if they did anything, excuse me, this is a very emotional issue for me, but they stood up for the underdog. And Jackie Robinson, being a black person and the first black person to play in Major League Baseball, was definitely considered the underdog. And when the Dodgers, namely Branch Rickey, stood up for him and got him to be the first black baseball player in the major leagues, to me that was one of the most heroic acts in my lifetime.
The other team is through.
He definitely opened that up, but it was, it was the Dodger organization. It was the whole thing. You have to see the whole thing and see it for what a wonderful thing it was.
But what was unique
and what
about
a
the
struggle.
Dodgers?
That they did it. That they were the first team that I know of that brought a black player into the major leagues. Personally, the Dodgers begin with Jackie Robinson. And the Dodgers are Jackie Robinson. And Jackie Robinson and the Dodgers, they're just, they're one and the same. Jackie Robinson was an incredible athlete also. He wasn't just a good player that was black and knew how to keep his cool. The guy stole home 19 times. Do you know what that is? You have to run from third base to first base faster than the pitcher can notice you doing it, wind up and throw the ball.
He was one of the greater athletes, I think, of his time. He's a guy who lettered in high school in 4 different sports and then maintained 3 of those 4 sports throughout his junior college experience. And then he went on to go to UCLA, where in the 1930s to be a black man in UCLA also wasn't exactly a common sight on its own, and was one of the few black players to play for the Bruins. So he had this whole entire sports career going on. Went on to a semi-professional football career where he played for Honolulu, which was the only place where you could play in professional ball that was integrated, apparently. And then, of course, that was cut short by World War II. In World War II, on top of that, he almost gets court-martialed because long before Rosa Parks, he was on a bus.
Right.
You know about this? Right, and refused to go to the back.
Yes. Yeah, he was a remarkable human being. And when you think about a guy like that, who rises, who wouldn't go to the back of the bus, and then rises to the occasion of holding his mud, of putting up with abuse, of unimaginable abuse, to gain something for his race and for all of baseball. It's remarkable. Just remarkable. That's why I say I think I would consider him one of the country's greatest heroes.
Talk to me for a little bit about the preparation for making the painting.
The stuff that I'm talking about, what Robinson accomplished, that was just inherent in me. Like, as I said, as a little kid, Jackie Robinson was who he was. So I didn't have to think about that stuff. That was there. The only stuff that I thought about was, I want to show Jackie Robinson, stealing home. The only other thing I can say that I feel I accomplished really well with the Jackie Robinson piece is my goal is to be as direct as I can when I paint. Just to put the strokes down as directly and honestly as I can, and have them be good at the same time. I really feel that I accomplished that. I had that in my head. I was able to hold that, accomplish that with the Jackie Robinson piece. It was very simple in the painting of it.
This is a series based upon decades, isn't it?
We're celebrating each decade of the Dodgers' 50 years in Los Angeles.
Did you feel any sense of specific responsibility towards it? You know, knowing that this does transcend an athlete's story.
It's a very significant piece. And because it was a successful piece, meaning as far as I'm concerned as an artist, I feel it was a very big success. There are certain pieces, certain athletes, Jackie of course being one of them, that I feel when we're going to do a painting and make a print out of it, I go, oh God, I got to make this one good. And then I just let go of it and let that happen. I think about a guy who's in sports, who's in any position, whether, you know, it's the last out or the last, 10 seconds left to tie the game with a free throw or anything like that, or a pass. You have to put all your focus into it, and then you just have to let go and relax and have fun with it.